I'm starting to think this Squid Game theory is going to come true. Now that the world has had some time to digest the bloody ride that is Squid Game Season 2, it's natural that countless fans are already speculating about what's in store for the future of the hit Netflix series. With the release date for Squid Game Season 3 recently revealed, various theories have been floated in anticipation of the show's imminent continuation, with conjecture ranging from characters who possibly survived Season 2's rebellion to the game's elusive location. Yet, while some of these theories have already been dismissed out of hand by Squid Game stars, remarks by the team behind Squid Game and details from both seasons make me believe there's enough evidence to guess at least one of these theories will come true, that Seong Gi-hun, Jung-jae will become the new frontman by the end of Squid Game Season 3. The frontman plays his own game with Gi-hun in Squid Game Season 2. The only real way that Gi-hun could go from being tormented by the front man, Lee Byung-hun, in Season 1 to succeeding him in Season 3 would be for him to be mentored in the same mindset as the man who runs the games. And Squid Game Season 2 more than builds upon the pair's relationship. From their first conversation in the back of the front man's limo in Season 2, Episode 2 to the front man's murder of Jung-jae, Lee Seo-won in the finale's final minutes, both former Squid Game winners agree to an informal contest that unfolds throughout the series' latest season. The frontman describes this challenge as Gi-hun playing hero, but what he really means is that the two are competing to determine whether Gi-hun can manage to change the world by ending the games once and for all. The frontman plays this game in less than honest terms, taking the place of his former mentor, Oh Il-nam, of Yongsoo, by posing as player 001 throughout Squid Game Season 2 in what is easily the highlight of the season. At first, his savage of Season 2's group voting tactic and propensity for violence clashes with Gi-hun's more humane treatment of his fellow players. But where this shadow contest really evolves is during Season 2's special night game. After the frontman's voting system forces Squid Game's players into two factions that threaten to massacre each other, Gi-hun chooses to sacrifice players on his own side in order to jumpstart his revolt with the element of surprise. This rationale puts Gi-hun one step closer to thinking like those he claims to despise, prioritizing the lives of those he deems important over those considered, by default, to be expendable. And Ho develops a vested interest in Gi-hun throughout Squid Game Season 2. Aside from how Gi-hun's moral regression acts as a personal lesson in apathy from the front man, there's plenty of evidence throughout Squid Game Season 2 to suggest that the antagonist also develops an unusual regard for Gi-hun's life. Not only does the front man help Gi-hun's squad survive the six-legged pentathlon, but he also saves Gi-hun during the beginning of his revolt by shooting one of his own soldiers before the assailant can kill Squid Game's overly trusting protagonist. A reasonable explanation for this uncharacteristic generosity would be that the front man knows he can't prove Gi-hun is wrong about the games if he doesn't survive them. But both Lee Byung-hun and Squid Game's creator, Hwang Dong-hyuk, have suggested there's more to the story. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Hwang admits that the front man's hatred for Gi-hun is matched by a begrudging respect the man harbors for his victim, and Lee Byung-hun has even explained that he feels a small part of his character is actually rooting for Gi-hun in an interview with Netflix too. Considering the character's similar backstories and Gi-hun's newfound openness to operating with a similar mindset as the man who used to be Hwang In-ho, this respect makes it increasingly likely that the front man will aggressively recruit Gi-hun now that he is once again in his custody. This would naturally result in Gi-hun taking over the games after operating as the front man's personal protagonist, potentially ending Squid Game Season 3 on a depressing note that could very well make us question whether it's truly possible for the world to escape its profitable cycle of violence.